It may have taken 5 years for Japan's Dawn probe to rise again, but already, the mission is proving worthwhile. Last week, the Akatsuki probe presented its first scientific results since it was rescued from orbit around the Sun and sent back to Venus. Among the new data is an incredible image of Venus' acidic clouds and a strange bow shape in the planet's atmosphere that has baffled scientists. The dense layers within Venus' sulfuric acid clouds seen in the image suggest that Venus cloud formation is more complicated than thought, according to a report in Nature. The image was captured from 62,000 miles. We will achieve better spatial resolution still, said Takahiko Sato, principal investigator for the probe's 2-micrometer infrared camera, IR2, which took the image and presented it in Oxford. We promised to give a fantastic data set to the research community for years. Meanwhile, a set of thermal images shows a bow shape in the planet atmosphere. Nature says the moving cloud formation seemed to rotate with Venus's surface, rather than with its much quicker moving atmosphere. But what causes it remains uncertain. It's certainly mysterious, said planetary scientist Suzanne Smrecker of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. Akatsuki project manager Masato Nakamura at JAXA has said that the probe's instruments are working perfectly. In December, Japan's space agency has confirmed its Akatsuki probe has entered into orbit around Venus, after failing to do so upon its launch in 2010. Akatsuki, which means dawn in Japanese, is using 5 cameras and a radio instrument to study the planet's atmosphere. The Japanese space agency launched its probe from the Tanegashima Space Center in May 2010, carried by an HIIA-202 rocket together with the Ikaros solar sailcraft. The space travel went smoothly until December 7, when Akatsuki fired its main engine to enter Venus's orbit. A valve broke due to a buildup of salt and the craft spiraled away from the planet, becoming stranded on an orbit around the Sun. JAXA decided to send the probe into hibernation mode, and devised a plan to try again as soon as the craft journeyed by Venus again. As the main engine was beyond repair, Akatsuki dumped 143 pounds of fuel in 2011. This made the probe lighter and easier to steer into position with less propulsion. The second chance maneuver took place in December and engineers used the craft's 8 small RCS thrusters, usually employed for small adjustments, to change its trajectory. While over the course of the past, idle years, the probe managed to carry out some analysis of the Sun's radio waves, its cameras have not been used. The probe is fitted with 3 infrared cameras, together with an ultraviolet imager and a lightning and air glow camera that will allow Akatsuki to observe Venus' extremely mobile atmosphere. This atmosphere rotates at 100 meters per second, much faster than the planet itself. The holdup, however, has not been without consequence. The probe's new orbit is much more stretched than the one originally planned, for example. This means the craft will be thousands, rather than hundreds, of miles away from Venus. While it will still be able to carry out its mission, this trajectory will mean it will take longer for Akatsuki to gather the necessary data.